Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you as always. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let me take a moment to give you some credit and make sure you give yourself some for showing up here, being interested in mindset and personal development and the cycle of transformation. So if you are here, it's because you are in a season or a lifestyle at this point of transformation and growth. Congratulations, you are a super person. I am so proud. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. Today's lesson is one that when I learned it from my coach, hands down, best lesson I've ever learned to give me mental peace, to give me some acceptance on, let's just call it the journey, the ups and downs and the in-betweens and the turns. And when we start something new for ourselves, let it be a habit, a new activity that you want to, a hobby, maybe you're trying to develop a skill, maybe you're changing jobs, maybe you're changing your life completely, you're doing the overhaul. When we start something new, we get some momentum, we get some excitement, we want to keep going, and then it gets hard. And then suddenly the momentum's gone, and then it takes discipline to keep showing up every day. We're not always that good at staying disciplined and staying in the journey. When things get hard, we change our minds. How many of you have done that before? Oh, I started this new thing. I started this new diet. I started this new workout routine. It went really well for a little bit. And then it got challenging. And then I got bored with it. And then I gave up. And then I started something new. And we repeat the cycle. We try different things. We get in this endless loop. I was very much a person that would fall into the same patterns. And I know we all can be this way when it comes to setting a New Year's resolution, for instance. How many years have you set the same freaking resolution and yet you still set it every year because somehow you never conquer whatever it is that goal is? Or maybe you are a goal conqueror, but you keep putting the goal out further and further. And so you never really celebrate and you feel like you never truly arrive anywhere. It's maddening. We do this to ourselves. We like to set goals. You guys are goal setters because you're here. And again, I love you for that, but we can drive ourselves freaking crazy. I was doing that. So anyways, this lesson, the cycle of transformation. First of all, I'm going to take you through 4 stages to put you at mental peace with your own journey, no matter what cycle you are in. They are all beautiful. In the moment, we don't always see that. In the moment, we fight and we struggle and we push back and we force and we work harder to get to the next stage. I will be happy when I arrive at that next stage. But truly, if you can understand this concept and you can apply it to yourself and your mindset and your life, we can have peace at all stages, even in the growth, even in sometimes the misery, even in the confusion, all of it. We can make peace with it no matter where you're at. This helped me so much. So I'm hoping it will help you. And so this won't be all that long. It's not that hard to understand. But I want you to think of it in terms of a butterfly, first of all. So in nature, it's normal to transform. Think of a little baby caterpillar that comes from, I think, an egg. They come from eggs, they hatch, then they get this caterpillar. You get to see the world new for the first time. And at some point they go eat their way. If you ever read the book, The Hungry Caterpillar, that was my favorite growing up. They eat their way to their full and then they're ready to cocoon down. They're ready to go through their metamorphosis. During that phase, it takes time, it takes patience, and they have to prepare adequately so that this little cocoon, can come out and transform into this beautiful butterfly. And that's the point that you fly free. How many of you have wanted to transform into something amazing and beautiful, but you feel like you either get stuck in the cocoon or maybe you're a caterpillar and you never even decide what cocoon to go into? It's okay, it happens, we have all done this. Cycles of transformation, they are not that different than going from egg to complete metamorphosis and butterfly. However, how many of you has this happened to where you heal from something, where you change something and you think, oh, I've overcome this now, right? Just to be triggered by an ex, by a text message, by your mother, somebody that triggers you in some way, and then you're like, crap, I thought I fixed this, I changed, I healed, and here I am with this thing coming right back to rear its ugly head and show me that I haven't changed at all. I am still the same person I've always been. And then we get really hard on ourselves. We get really frustrated. It's very frustrating. And then the negative self-talk starts and the spiral continues. Let's change that. Let's change that narrative and learn to, here's the key here, appreciate the cycle. Because for me, my beliefs, my core belief was that transformation went in order, the linear order of the butterfly. Okay, I'm gonna transform, I'm gonna get my wings, and then that's it, right? And then I arrive, and then I'm happy, and I fly free. And when that doesn't happen, what happens? We find confusion, misery, we start asking all the maybe right questions, but a lot of times all the wrong questions. Why am I like this? Why won't I ever change? Why should I even try the next time? If I failed this time and I proved to myself I can't, this is who I am, why try again? And then we get in that cycle, and that's not a good one either. That is very much the suffering place mentally. Have you been there before? Where you tried something, it didn't quite go as planned, you didn't quite show up how you said you were going to, and then suddenly you reaffirm it in yourself. This is who I am. This is why I don't try new things. This is why I can't do hard things. This is me. And then the confidence goes down, the self-talk gets worse. That's a cycle we can learn to change. That is a story we tell ourselves. And truly our mindset is just a big combination of all the stories we tell ourselves about who we think we are. But we can change them at any point, at any time. Use this lesson to change your story. Transformation doesn't just arrive. You don't just end and you're the butterfly and all the things are beautiful and everything just works and you fly free. That's wonderful and great, and I used to teach that. But the true beauty of transformation is that it is a journey. And the goal is to complete your cycle. And I'll go through the 4 stages here in a second. The goal of transformation truly is to complete the cycle as many times as humanly possible. Because once you go on the journey of transformation, it never stops. And the goal is to actually move through the cycle as many times as possible so that we never feel stuck or stagnant or without purpose, without direction, without clarity. Have you been in one of those phases where, well, I arrived and I got the job I wanted, the income I wanted, the relationship I wanted, whatever it was. And then on the other side, you're just not as happy as you expected. Ooh, who's been there before? It happens. We get so attached to the outcome, we think life will start when, because we're still in that linear timeline story of I'm the butterfly now, shouldn't everything be great and perfect? And then it's not, and then we're mad. So we're gonna change the belief. Transformation doesn't end at butterfly. You, my friend, can be as many butterflies as you want. And each time you become a butterfly, it is then your job, your purpose, to figure out how long that is meant to last for you and when you are ready to go through a new cycle, go through a new transformation. All right, so the 4 cycles of transformation in the new belief that is empowering, that we are meant to change and we are meant to move through life and not get stuck. There's never really an arrival. It's just commitment to the journey. This is why I like, aha, this was my breathe. We don't have to keep forcing to arrive somewhere. Commit to the journey and start to appreciate, learn to, I can teach you how, appreciate each cycle as it comes. All right, tell me which cycle you are in right now. I would love to know. So on a piece of paper, if you want to draw this out for yourself, on a circle, think of it like a clock at the bottom. So at 6 o'clock, you're going to start in phase 1. This is confusion. This is the phase that many of us find ourselves in when we start asking the very deep question of who am I? Who even am I? What do I want? Why don't I feel like I used to? Why am I changing? Why am I stuck? And we're confused. Truly, we are confused. We don't have clarity and it doesn't feel very good. Stage 1, put it at the bottom of your piece of paper. It is confusion. In order to get out of confusion, oftentimes we force and we try to find all the right answers. And we journal all the time. Who am I? What do I want? Blah, 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 blah. And we force the outcome again. What if instead you take the control out of it and you learn to appreciate, okay, confusion, Breeze told me it's something to do with transformation. That means I am going to start a new transformation. Now that I'm in this stage of like, what is really going on? Let me do some self-discovery. Congratulations, you have just become a caterpillar again. It's time to go look at all the new colors around you, try to find new flavors and tastes, and see what's truly changing in you. Because if you're in confusion, it means you are probably ready to shed something that's no longer serving you. Or you're about to enter into a brand new destination you had no idea. And so after confusion comes awakening. Have you ever had that spark of awakening, of inspiration, when suddenly you know exactly what you need to do? And it feels so obvious and it feels so enlightening and aligned. Maybe a little bit of like, how did I not figure this out? But it's okay if that's been you. Suddenly you are awakened. And this is now a new spark of something for you to go explore and discover and appreciate as well. Let me go back to confusion. Each of these has one specific question that I want you to assign to it. When you know you're in this stage, okay? Confusion is what wants to be awakened right now in me or for me, okay? Let me say that again. What, somebody type this for me. What wants to be awakened right now in me or for me? And I don't want you to have to like try to dissect and figure out that answer. I want it to truly come hit you. And that's your awakening. Suddenly you are awakened, you're in cycle number 2. So beside confusion on the clock where the 3 o'clock would be, go ahead and write awakening. Okay, this is where something new is happening, right? We know what to do. We're gonna start to take some steps we're gonna build. Suddenly it's the caterpillar that has decided that's where I'm gonna put my cocoon. I'm gonna put my cocoon right there. And during that phase, I'm gonna figure out who I wanna become. Welcome to awakening. So this is where you take your new awareness, this new idea, this new concept that hit you, this new momentous thing, and you're gonna ground it, okay? You're gonna figure out, how do I take it from idea to reality for myself and actually start coming up with some kind of game plan. You're gonna start moving forward, all right? This is where we often try to find like the perfect way to do it, the perfect business to start, the perfect niche to have, the perfect way to do this. I don't want perfect. This is where, because you have just had your awakening, your intuition is your best friend here. And this is, again, I was very much, let's find the right path, the right GPS map, blah, 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 to get to the right destination. Awakening is where we are leaning into our intuition. It is our best friend. What feels good for you to start? Not finish it, not figure out the entire plan. What feels good to take the first or maybe the next step in this awakening? You don't need to go everywhere else to find the answer. It is already in you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had that thought that sparks the awakening. All right, so the question here that I want you to assign if you're in awakening right now, let me know if you are. What next step feels right for me? What is that next step? And what feels right? Write that down, answer that question if you are in awakening phase. Awakening feels good, right? That's when we have all the new excitement. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I've got all this energy. Use that intuition to your advantage, soak it up and say, okay, how does this feel right for me? What's my next step? And then go take action on it. Then we're gonna move up to the top of the clock. So at 12 o'clock, at the top of your circle, you're gonna write the next phase, which is momentum. Momentum feels great. Momentum feels freaking amazing, because now you're actually putting the plan into action. You're starting to take more than one just baby step, and you're actually starting to see results. Things are changing around you. You're experiencing new events, new lessons, you're learning, you're applying, you're doing it, and you're getting momentum and you're getting positive results. You're like, okay, this feels great. I love momentum. You can stay in momentum as long as you want. Momentum, we can also replace with the word manifesting. This is truly the stage you are now manifesting that idea that you had, that awakening moment. You've put it into action, you've taken the steps, you are seeing it manifest. Awakening, momentum, manifestation. It begins here. Again, appreciate this. Appreciate. That is a big key I'm going to have you keep coming back to. All right, the question you want to ask yourself when you're in that momentum: what wants to accelerate in me right now? What wants to accelerate right now? Okay, and this is where, if you've ever heard of the quantum leap, you'll see it in social media a lot. It's been a really big buzzword topic, but it's that quantum leap where truly you collapse time. It doesn't really seem like it's grounded in reality. It's where people suddenly catapult themselves into a new phase or into some newer, higher level of success, whatever that means to you. Quantum leap. This happens during this momentum manifestation stage. And so what question I want you to reflect on is, what wants to accelerate? Because I bet you've got more runway. I bet you've got more speed to still pull out of that momentum phase while you're in it. And then we eventually move on and we are at peak. So on your piece of paper, this is going to be on the opposite side of awakening, peak. This is truly when you reach the top of the mountain. You're at the top. Everything's amazing. It feels fantastic. This is when you're kind of looking back behind you like, wait, I actually did this? Hell yeah, I really did this. And you're super proud. Everything is just in flow. If you've ever been in flow state, it's like time stands still. Everything just works. You're one with energy. You're one with everything. Flow is amazing. And so is peak. But here's the thing. At the top of the mountain, we do have to climb back down. Otherwise, eventually you're going to run out of food. Eventually you're going to starve. Eventually you're going to get bored. And the view that you're looking at, you end up not really wanting it after a while. And so peak, we have to climb back down. And this is where, if we go through the old model of transformation, right? Bree's old model, the butterfly. Now we have to kill the butterfly. And that's really hard for us as humans to attach to. Because often we talk about transformation and changing our mindset and changing our identity and picking the things we want and shedding the things we don't want. With that, the work that comes with that, the inner work, it comes with the death of the self. And that is not easy to wrap your head around. It's even less easy to move through. And so at the top of the mountain, when you're at peak, what you want to ask yourself, and then I'll move into the death of the self. What you want to ask yourself here is, how high can I go? How high can I go? Is this the top, or is there more in me? Is there another level? Sometimes there's another level, and you can push that peak and you can keep going, and you can be in peak for a long time. Eventually you do hit the top. All right. And so if it is your top and you hit it, that's okay. Guess what's going to happen next? It's that death of the self. Instead of the death of the self, it's going to be the rebirth of the next cycle for you. So at the top of the mountain, now we get to climb back down. And when we climb back down, guess where it lands us? Right back in confusion. And so we go from this high to this really low. And it's that feeling of, what is happening? How did I get here? I thought I fixed this. I thought I solved this. I thought I was better at this. And it's that confusion. It's the chatter. But here's the thing. It is so natural. And we have to end the cycle. We have to climb back down the mountain and start a new cycle. But us, we as humans, as super people, as I like to call you, my super people, we don't like confusion. It feels bad. And when things feel bad, we like to try to fix them and force them and try to find all the reasons why. And sometimes there aren't that many reasons why, other than it's the natural death of your old cycle. You, my friend, have now up-leveled. You, my friend, have grown. You have completed one transformation. And the commitment to this is that life is about many transformations. And so we drop in that confusion state. Congratulations. It is a state that, as you do the work, as you understand this, if you can find peace in your state of confusion, knowing that as soon as you get through this, listen, Estella, you will love this. There are snacks on the other side. That's what my coach, this came from Dean, by the way, Dean DeVries, if you guys were part of Business Breakthrough or if you followed me and knew any of my coaches. This lesson was one of my favorite. And it's the whole concept of you can be at peace with this because confusion is perfect. It's exactly where you are supposed to be right now if you are in it. And guess what? There's snacks waiting for you on the other side. You just have to allow, you have to accept, and you have to appreciate that this means you're growing because you're starting to ask the questions about, again, what needs awakened? What do I maybe need to shed from my life? What is this trying to show me and teach me and move through me in this confusion state? What's my next level look like? And in confusion, you get to build the damn thing. You get to decide for yourself, who do you want to be in this phase? What butterfly is about to come out of you this time? And life truly is about change and growth and flying as many colors as you want to be your whole, authentic, abundant, amazing self. If you are in confusion, it's because you are forming something beautiful. It just hasn't hit you yet. It's time to start looking and being open for it and saying, I am ready. I am so ready. I love that I'm confused because that means something bigger and better is waiting for me on the other side. I'll just wait until I'm awakened and know that it's coming. It's always coming. There's always a next level. It's always part of the journey. How does this apply? How does this apply to my life and my mindset and everything? First of all, I want you to find what phase do you think you're in right now? What cycle? Are you in confusion? Let me go through them again. Confusion at the very bottom. That's you becoming a caterpillar for the first time. You're kind of looking around like, I don't really know what's going on. I don't know who I am anymore. I have all these questions. What is happening? I don't know why I feel this way. It's often very disempowering feeling. It can be. We're going to change that belief again to being the start and the awakening of something absolutely beautiful and new, and you're growing here. It's showing you what we need to usually release. And we go from confusion, we go right into awakening. Aha, you get that flash of inspiration, right? You know exactly why you were in that state. You get something that moves you out of it. You get an idea of something new, awakening. Then we put an action plan into place. We start taking a step towards the awakening. I'm going to make this happen, right? You get into momentum. Momentum/manifestation. I'm actually getting results from the work I'm doing, from the questions I've been asking, from the layers I've been shedding from me starting to actually get my wings to form. I'm getting results now, and it feels good. Momentum's great. Getting momentum as long as you want. You are climbing up that mountain. You are working those muscles. You are manifesting everything you maybe never thought possible, but you know you could, and that's why you're doing the work. And then final level, before we restart, is peak. And that is true abundance, prosperity. You feel amazing. You're in flow. Everything works until you're ready for your next transformation. And that's when, again, we do have to have the death of the old self. It sounds bad because it doesn't feel good when you drop back in confusion. And so we can confuse ourselves when we don't feel good that we're broken, that we're wrong, that we haven't changed, that we aren't improving, that we've gone backwards. Have any of these hit home for you before? When truly, again, if you can switch, and sometimes it's as simple as a light switch. It's very black and white here. Between, I'm going to force myself to figure this out. I'm going to force myself to figure out why all of this is wrong, why I'm like this, why I have this cycle, why I can't get past this habit or this loop and I keep falling in this. Or you can adopt the light switch, which is, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. And I'm so grateful. I appreciate what this confusion is showing me because there are things in my life right now that are not flowing. There are things in my life right now that are not perfect. Me being able to see them, that's the perfection. That is me evolving. That is me growing. That is me truly embodying transformation. And it puts you at peace. It lets you breathe. It lets you take some of your hard days when you're so tough on yourself and you beat yourself up. And you can let them go because you, my friend, you are doing exactly what you should be doing. Maybe you're not asking the right questions at the right times. And so let this help you. Let me go back through your 4 questions because those are the most important part. No matter what phase you are in, ask yourself the appropriate question to see what's trying to come through you, to see how you can either extend this phase or truly understand and appreciate it. So let me go through this again, the big 4 questions. Confusion. What wants to be awakened in me right now? Number 2, awakening. What is my next step? What's the next step that feels right that I can go take? Okay, momentum/manifesting. What wants to accelerate right now? This is where, again, all the ideas, they're working, it's flowing. What can I pour more into because I'm ready to accelerate? And then the peak, how high can I go? Is this the top or is there more? And then when you reach the top and you're back in confusion, breathe, put a grin on your face, have some peace wash over you and say, okay, I'm ready for my next level. That's why I feel this way. That's where my motivation has gone. It's because something's trying to break out of me. I'm ready to be awakened again, and I can't freaking wait. Talk about a mindset shift. This, I hope this hits you the same way it hit me. This gave me peace of mind with myself because I was very linear. I need to be at this place by this time. I need to be the butterfly, and I don't feel like the freaking butterfly, and I'd be very hard on myself. I'd be in the loops. I'd had the same New Year's resolutions. I've yo-yoed my weight and my diet and my income many times. And then I'd be in the, I thought I fixed this mentality and the mindset. And then you get hard on yourself, and you're really not a creature of transformation at this point. You're just a creature that beats yourself up mentally. Let this lesson help you turn the light switch on for your own. Are you a creature? Are you a superhuman with me that's going to now commit to the journey? The entire walk up and down the mountain many times, not just once. There's no arrival. It's commitment to the journey. And it's truly commitment to inner excellence. I don't really care what you look like on the outside with all your colors. It's wonderful. Spread your wings, fly and shine bright. But it's the inner game that this really, really targets. And it's the inner game that makes you absolutely beautiful. That's the commitment I would love to see many of you take. I commit to transformation in the journey. And I would love to know what season, what cycle you are in right now with your own transformation cycle. That's what I got for you today. Use those questions, really think about this. Tell me what cycle you are in. And if you need help getting clear, you need to understand this concept further, please reach out to me. My inbox is always open. I can talk about cycles of transformation and the process, the journey, and the mindset around it all day long, because it has impacted me in a way that I feel compelled to share now because of the mindset and the mentality and the mental suffering I used to go through and the level of peace that I'm not perfect at, trust me, but I'm a work in progress every day. And I can accept where I'm at. I can have mental peace. I can breathe a whole lot deeper. I can't tell you how long I was a shallow breather. That when I first started doing breath work, I couldn't even get a full breath because my body was so tight and so tense from anxiety and stress. I have no idea. It is amazing what you can discover about yourself when you decide to go on this self-discovery inner game journey. Join me if you want to, ask me questions if you need to. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you very, very soon. Enjoy your day.